Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to continue to work on this 1972 Pontiac GTO frame. As you can see here behind me or to the side of me, it's already set up on this homemade rotisserie homemade jig that I made. And I'm going to show you a close-up of that here in a few minutes. But today we're going to go ahead and wire wheel this frame real good and get it all nice and looking good and take all the dirt and debris and surface rust and everything in preparation of primering it and painting it. So let me show you a close-up of what I got here so far. I had made this homemade rotisserie brackets. As you can see, it's just real simple angle iron that goes right there. This is the front of the frame. This is where the engine will go. And the front bumper, the front end of the car will be pointing this way. But real simple, I just use the existing holes there in the frame that hold the bumper. I made some holes through there through the angle iron here, and I just spaced it out so I can put a crossbar right there. The same thing on the other side. And these engine stands are left over from the C10 chassis rotisserie that were just made, modified a little bit to let me move this over here. Modified a little bit as I explained on the previous video right here on this angle. I'll make sure that it was angles, it was straight. Originally from the factory, because it's an engine stand, it was angled up. So I cut that and angled that up, down, flat. And if you want to see some of those C10 videos, you will see them on the frame rotisserie, the same thing that I'm doing on this frame here. And it has been raining a lot lately here in East Texas. Actually, yesterday poured so much, and I'm still under construction. As you can see, I got a puddle of water over there. I got the differential that came out of this vehicle right there, and you're gonna see a video on that shortly. Let me show you the back, and let me show you this frame as I come this way. You can see a little bit close up. I'm tilting the camera so I can get by. I got stuff everywhere, as you already know. Bumping everything here. So let me show you the back just as the front. Real simple. This is two existing holes that were already on the frame that I used, and I just put some through bolts right there. The same thing with the front. I got some angle iron and put one across right there and put it to my makeshift and already modified engine stand right there. This right there is straight, so it'll spin freely and straight, and I already have it set up here. Real simple process. I just painted it with black paint so it'll look a little bit better and it won't rust. So let me show you. I already had wire wheeled a little bit on this frame. On this side, let me show you what it looks like. Even though it had kind of rain and storm yesterday, like I was saying earlier, and it got a little bit of surface rust on it, or flesh rust should I say. But look how clean it came out right there. And I need to go over it again, but that's the little area that I've done right there. It looks really, really nice. I'm going to show you what I'm using, which is a really aggressive wire wheel. As a matter of fact, I have it right here. So let me show it to you. You can get these at the regular discount tool place. Get it here on camera. Like I said, it's a real aggressive wire wheel with a curled up wires right there. And I just put some pressure down and go at it, and it does a very good job. It's different. A lot of people will sandblast the frames or powder coat them or anything like that, but this has worked real good for me. I've done this, as you see right there in the background, in the C10 chassis, and it came out really good, and I liked it. So I'm going to continue to do this on this video and just wire wheel the whole thing and get all this rust off and all this dirt off. So let's get started with this. Already got my face shield, safety glasses / reading glasses behind them. Got my gloves because these wire wheels will leave, or some of the wires will fly out at a very high speed and they can get you. So I need to be protected. So this is probably gonna get a little bit loud. So I'm just gonna go over this area right here again, so that you can see how easily or how good it looks. Like I said, it kind of flashed rust overnight. It's all the humidity here. But let me get this started. You know what? Let me take a break and put a plastic cover over that truck so it doesn't get all this rusty dust. Okay, now that we got that covered up, let's continue with the wire wheel. We're gonna be doing this for a while, so I'll probably do this on time lapse, and then I'll show you the end result. I'm gonna remove the transmission cross member. This is going to be kind of difficult to do it here, so I'll probably need to set it on my vise, remove it, set it on the vise, and do that. So let me move on to another spot. This part I did not pressure washed because the engine was in it, so this is just kind of loose dirt and mud on top of that, so it should fly out real easy. That's why I'm wearing all this safety gear. As you can see, it's coming out really nice. The wire wheel, you know, it's not hurting anything, and it's just kind of polishing that metal and focusing right there, and getting all that debris off. And this is better than paying hundreds or even, you know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars in getting it powder coated, dipped, and all kinds of stuff. Like I said, you know, this is not going to be a SEMA car. You know, a car is going to, you know, this is going to be a regular driver. And the reason why I'm doing this is just to preserve the frame. I'm not trying to make it award-winning or anything like that, but, you know, this frame lasted 50 years already. With this kind of a care here is going to easily last another 50 to 100 years. So I'm not trying to make it like a showroom quality, but this is going to be better than 99.9 of the cars that are on the road today. So we're going to continue to do this and get all this dirt off, but I'm really satisfied in the way that it's coming out. It's really getting there. And in a minute, I'm going to flip the rotisserie. I'm going to flip the frame for the first time. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to flip it so I can go to those, to get to those hard to find or hard to get parts, little corners and places like that where it's hard to get to. So let's continue to do this. Okay, I removed the 2 pins from the homemade rotisserie here, and I'm about to flip this thing and see how it's gonna like it. I haven't tested it yet, but in theory, it should be all right. Let's go this way first. Let me get on this side in case it decides to flip hard. Real easy, it's not even going anywhere. Look at that. So we're being homemade. This came out pretty good, and I'm saving hundreds It's my motto today. Hundreds or even thousands of dollars doing it myself. Look at that. How perfect that is staying. Look at all the dirt coming off the bottom. So I think it's going to stop right there when it hits the front, the engine stand. I'm going to let it go all the way. Check that out. Nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. Really happy with the way that's working out. Let me show you what it looks like from up here. You can do this in your garage if you put your mind to it. So I have the frame standing on its side, as you can see, and so I can get to all those hard to get areas of the frame, and I will not be working upside down and I'm standing on my head and on my back and get all that dirt falling on me. Look at that. Real nice and steady, not moving, not going anywhere. And really the frame is not that heavy, the frame by itself. Let me get around here. Let me get you a shot from this side. Backing up. There it is. On the two engine stands modified, and the angle iron braces. They're at the end and on the front that make this possible. And you know, just determination and just trying to, get it done and doing something about it instead of complaining and moaning of, what needs to be done and how come you don't do it. All the excuses that they would come up with. I come up with excuses too. Don't get me wrong. So we're gonna stand right there. I think I'm just gonna continue to hit all the areas that this position here on this with this frame allows me to get, and then if I need to flip it the other way, I'll continue to do that, or vice versa. So we're gonna continue. As you can see, it's coming out real good. It's even shiny. I am gonna degrease it and clean it later because it does have a lot of dust and stuff that's flying off and out of it everywhere. So hey, ain't nothing but work, right? Let's continue. Okay, now that we got the fan on, another loud noise in the background, but I guess with this wire wheel and grinding or wire wheeling, still going to be loud no matter what we do. So that fan is going to help me to blow all this dust out of the shop instead of just that stuff just lingering here in the shop or out here where it can get on everything. So let's continue. And we are back working on this frame on this 1972 Pontiac GTO 400 4-speed. And we got this frame nice and cleaned. And I wanted to show it to you before I start spraying the primer on this frame. We removed all the scale, all the rust, all the dirt, everything that was on this frame because it looked pretty cruddy. And we're gonna make it look really nice. I just wanted to give you a close-up of what a frame looks like now. We're able to get to 99% of the frame. There's places, cracks and crevices where it's really hard to get to, but this is the best that we could do for what we got here. And we're gonna spray it with some anti-corrosive red iron primer. That's what I call it. This can be done in all kinds of different ways. Like I said before, you know, what the right ways will work for you. So if this frame is in this good shape without having any protection at all from the factory or hardly any, once I do this with this primer, and then I'm going to put some Rust-Oleum chassis black anti-corrosion paint on it, man, it's going to be better than OEM. So I just want to show you a close-up of this and how nice and how clean it is after the wire wheel session. Took me hours to get it this nice and clean and degreased. So I'm ready to spray it. Okay, this is probably gonna be loud. I got the fan on. I did a sample spray right there because my gun was not working properly. So it's probably gonna be loud. So just bear with me, and here we go. And check it out, guys. This is what it looks like. I've completed the primer. Yesterday is the next day. The red oxide primer is already dried up, and I'm about to shoot the black coating on top of that. I just want to show you what it looks like. It looks pretty neat, I think. It's even an off kind of brown color, I suppose. But this is going to keep this frame from lasting another 100 years. Better than OEM, because I'm sure they did not do this from the factory. That's for sure. So I wanted to show you pretty quick how cool this looks. It makes everything, it makes the job worthwhile, and how nice this looks right here. And I'm about to shoot the black paint. Like I said, I got this metal high anti-corrosive paint that goes on his. Is going to be a flat black, and this is the engine cradle where the engine will go on it, and all the factory holes and welds. The frame looks in real good shape, even though it's 50 years old or so, from a 1972 model, and it looks really nice. So we're going to continue with this and give it a nice black coating to keep the corrosion down forever, at least for another 100 years. So let's get this done, and here we go. Okay, I got the fan on, got the paint ready to go in my spray gun. I was having issues with my spray gun yesterday, but I think I resolved it. Okay, kept moving the fan to another spot so it will not blow directly on my work. So let's see what we got here. That rotisserie really comes in handy with this kind of work. I can really get to the bottom of it. Pretty nice. Well, there you have it, guys. Some of the areas, they're freshly painted. They're still kind of shiny, but it's going to dry up. Kind of like what it's doing right there, like a flat black uh, surface finish. So I just wanted to show you right after I sprayed it. I think I covered everything as much as I can. I'm still going to go back and try to hit as many. I'm going to check it for spots that I have missed. Trying to get inside the holes there and trying to get some good protection inside the frame as much as I can. But as you can see, it's really looking nice. It's the back part of it there. That is still kind of dry and still kind of fresh. It's kind of hard to get into this tight spots there where the rear spring, lip spring, the coil spring goes. But I was able to get to it pretty good. There's the rear section. Maybe get on this side. Give you a good side view of it. Got it here on the rotisserie. I'm going to flip this over so you can see how easy while I'm holding the camera. Here's my hand. I'm just going to do it one-handed. I'm going to flip this over. As you can see, this rotisserie really worked out good for this frame. I'll put it right here in the middle. As you can see there. I found out what the VIN number is on the frame. It's right in the area, and there's another one in that area too. And it's a good thing because it matches the car just as good as the motor and trans. Now another view from here. I got my birds over here in the background singing. Not my birds, the birds that are free to go where they want to in this creation. So there you go. Really nice, really satisfied with it, and it's looking really sharp and really good. It's just gonna dry to a beautiful satin finish. Let me come over here to the engine cradle area where the front end and suspension will hook up all right there. The front frame forks right there, real good shape, real straight frame, no rust issues on it whatsoever. Let me see if I can give it a close up. Maybe too close. Yeah, this looks pretty good. That's where the body bushings go right there. A little bit of pitting, but it's not bad at all. That's where some of the moisture sits there and there, but it's really nice and thick. And now with this primer and paint, that's not going to do anything. It'll last another 100 years. Look at this area here and look at the finish on it. This part right here is already kind of dried up. Hold my camera so you can see a little bit better. Sorry, I try not to move it so much so fast. It looks really good. Factory frame welds, they're not the greatest, but that's all factory right there. Give a little close up right here of this frame rail here, and then the area right here where the rear lift springs go. I shouldn't say lift springs, suspension, trailing arms. This one's coil spring setup. Real nice and good. All factory welds right there. They're not the greatest, but they're all factory. Lasted 50 years. It's going to continue to last long, I'm sure. The VIN number there again. Location. You go to a different angle. And there you have it, guys. On the next video, we're going to be assembling the suspension. I have a lot of good parts that are going to go back on it, so don't miss that part of it. I got lift springs coming. I'm sorry, I keep saying lift springs, but it's coil springs. But I'm waiting for those. I do have a lot of suspension parts for the rear as well. And I still got to work on the differential and get it nice and prepped up. The same thing as we did on this frame. That's what we're going to do on this differential. And there you have it, guys. The frame is ready to be assembled. It's freshly painted and it's drying up as we speak. So we're gonna put it back together. And thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And I really like to show you something, that you'll be able to do at home with your own tools, in your own way. Remember that the best way, how they say that the right way is whatever works for you. Thank you for watching. If you found something useful in my videos, please let me know by subscribing and give me a thumbs up. You guys have an awesome day.